Grab your history passport, travelers. It's time for another journey. Today, Caleb, Emma, and Penny find themselves in a place where words hold great power. But why? And who will they meet along the way? There's only one way to find out. Let's step back in time. Our adventure begins in a familiar place, Uncle Henry's study. Surrounded by books, maps, and artifacts from the past, Caleb, Emma, and Penny are always just one mystery away from another journey.
All right, where to next? Uncle Henry left a passport open again.
Wait, look at this. There's a riddle written here. A man who shaped the words we speak, his faith and work were never weak. If you seek where letters grow, to his doorstep you must go.
Someone who shaped words? That has to be Noah Webster.
He wrote the dictionary, right? The one that changed how Americans spell?
Yes, and the blue-backed speller. Schools used it for decades. His books basically taught kids how to read and write in early America.
So we're going to meet him.
There's only one way to find out.
Time to fire up the time machine and head to the early 1820s.
Coding without the screens? Yes, please. With Botley 2.0, your homeschoolers can learn programming basics through hands-on play. From obstacle courses to hidden features, this little robot is packed with STEM goodness. It's a perfect fit for curious kids who love to tinker. Want one of your own? Check out our affiliate link in the show notes below. It won't cost you extra, but it does help us keep the History Passport free for all.
When the swirling energy settles, the three travelers find themselves in a bustling town, New Haven, Connecticut, in the early 1800s. The air is filled with the scent of fresh ink from printing presses, and the streets are alive with the sound of daily life.
Whoa, we made it. New Haven, Connecticut in 1820.
This place feels like stepping into a history book. Do you hear that? Horses instead of cars and, people bumping into me. It's so busy.
Look at that sign. Webster and Co. Bookshop. Do you think it has anything to do with Noah Webster?
Maybe, but first, who's that kid staring at us?
You three look lost.
Yeah, kinda.
Not from around here, huh? I'm Pinckney Webster Ellsworth, but everybody calls me Pinky.
Pinky?
That's a funny name.
It's a family name. Trust me, in my house, you get used to odd names.
Wait, Webster, like Noah Webster?
The one and only. He's my grandfather.
No way. That's exactly who we were looking for.
Then you're in for an adventure. Grandfather's always busy writing. Sometimes he forgets to eat. Other times he's muttering about spelling rules while he's walking around the house.
That sounds a little intense.
Oh, he is. But if we're lucky, he'll be in a good mood. Come on, I'll take you to him.
Led by their new friend Pinky, Caleb, Emma, and Penny step into a modest but well-kept home. Inside, one of the most influential figures in American education is hard at work.
He's working. Let me check first. If I interrupt him at the wrong moment, he might start lecturing about Latin roots for an hour.
Pinky? Who are you talking to?
Grandfather. I brought some new friends. They admire your work.
Ah, well, that is quite the introduction. Welcome, young scholars. Tell me, do you believe spelling should follow logic or tradition?
Oh, logic for sure. If words make sense, they're easier to learn.
But tradition is important too. If you change everything, people might get confused.
An excellent discussion. That very debate has filled my thoughts for years. It is why I took the liberty of simplifying our language, changing words like color, C-O-L-O-U-R, to color, C-O-L-O-R, and theater, T-H-E-A-T-R-E, to theater, T-H-E-A-T-E-R.
You changed the way we spell words? Just like that?
Indeed, but not everyone agreed with me. Some say I'm ruining the English language, but I believe America must have its own way of writing, not just copy the British. Reform takes time, but in the end, clarity will win.
He's been arguing with people about spelling for years. You should have seen the letters he got. Some were not friendly.
Change is never welcomed easily, but tell me, children, What words do you think need better spelling?
Well, enough doesn't make any sense. It sounds like it should be spelled E-N-U-S.
Ooh, and night. Why do we even need the K? No one says it.
And why does through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, have a bunch of extra letters? It's just through, T-H-R-O-O.
Ha! You are speaking my language, quite literally. Words should be spelled as they sound. That is precisely why I simplified so many.
Be careful, Grandfather. If you let them keep going, you'll have to rewrite another dictionary.
A dangerous thought indeed. The first one nearly consumed my entire life.
I can't imagine writing an entire dictionary by hand.
How long does it take?
Longer than you have been alive. Nearly 28 years. As of right now, it's gathering and refining and perfecting. I wanted an American dictionary that reflected our country, not just England's traditions.
28 years? That's forever.
And trust me, he guards that manuscript like a treasure.
And rightly so. Every word, every definition, painstakingly recorded. I have poured my very soul into that work. You see, I was just working on a new revision. Now, where did I put... No. It was right here.
Grandfather?
My manuscript. It's missing.
Wait, your dictionary, the whole thing?
Who would take something like that?
That is precisely what we must find out.
Babysitting and mowing lawns? That's fine, but what if you could start a business that lasts beyond the summer? We've got you covered with 100 scalable business ideas for high school entrepreneurs. From social media marketing to digital design, these ideas are built to grow with you. And the best part, it's totally free. Why wait? Download your copy, check out the link down in the show notes, and start building your future today.
Just as they begin to learn more about Webster's work, a shocking discovery is made. His most precious possession, the manuscript of his dictionary, is missing. Panic fills the air as they scramble to uncover what happened.
I can't imagine where it could have gotten to.
Could it have gotten buried under something?
Or maybe moved? Do you keep your drafts in a different place?
No. I always keep my manuscript in this very spot. Always. The next edition of my dictionary depends on those pages. I have notes, corrections, new words, years of work.
What if someone took it?
That's ridiculous, Penny. Who would steal a dictionary?
My dear boy, this is not just a dictionary. It is the foundation of our language. Do you realize the effort it has taken to define and refine every single word? This is no ordinary book. It is the authority on American English.
But who would take something like that?
Oh, any number of critics. There are plenty of people who believe I have no business tampering with the English language. They oppose my reforms and insist we must remain shackled to British spellings. Fools.
So, you think someone stole it because they disagree with you?
Or perhaps they wish to claim my work as their own. There is no shortage of unscrupulous printers who would love to publish my dictionary under their name.
What about your assistants? Could one of them have moved it?
I trust them implicitly. Besides, none of them were here today.
Then it has to be someone from outside. Did anyone visit you today?
Yes, there was a visitor earlier, a man from a printing press in Boston. He was insistent, too insistent, about acquiring a preview of my latest entries. When I refused, he left in quite a hurry.
Well, that sounds suspicious.
Really suspicious.
Indeed. But we need proof. If that scoundrel has stolen my manuscript, we must find him before he disappears with my work.
Grandfather, we'll help you. We just need to figure out where to start.
Agreed. First step, retrace your steps. Second step, find out where that printer went.
And third step, get your dictionary back.
Before it's lost forever.
Need a little peace and quiet? The Plant Therapy Calming the Child blend is a lifesaver for busy homeschool days. It helps kids relax while you keep the lessons rolling. Grab yours through our affiliate link below. It costs you nothing, and the extra support helps our free podcast.
A mystery is unfolding before their eyes. Who would want to steal a dictionary? And more importantly, can they recover it before it's too late?
We need to hurry. Grandfather, are you sure you didn't move it?
Of course I'm sure. I am not in the habit of misplacing my life's work.
Then we have to search everywhere. Let's split up.
Good idea. I'll check the desk. Maybe it got buried under some papers.
I'll go outside and ask around if that printer took it. Someone might have seen him leaving.
Ooh, what if it fell behind something? Maybe the bookshelf?
Careful, Penny. That thing is...
I knew it. I found it.
What? You mean it was here the whole time?
After all that...
Yep, it must have slipped behind the shelf and gotten stuck. Look, it's covered in all kinds of dust now.
Dust or not, my precious manuscript is safe.
Penny, you just saved my grandfather from an absolute meltdown.
I would not have had a meltdown, young man. Merely a spirited outburst of scholarly distress.
That's the same thing.
Well, at least we don't have to chase down a book thief now.
Aw, that would have been kind of fun, though.
Fun? My dear girl, there is nothing fun about losing years of meticulous work.
Unless you find it again.
I suppose there is some small satisfaction in its recovery. But do be careful with that, young lady. That manuscript holds the very bones of the American language.
The room, once filled with chaos, now quiets as Penny's discovery echoes through the room. The missing manuscript, buried behind a bookshelf, is finally found. But even as Noah Webster's manuscript is saved, a deeper lesson lingers in the air.
My work is restored. Every definition, every carefully chosen word, it's all here. Thank heavens.
And thank Penny. If she hadn't checked behind the bookshelf, we'd still be searching.
Indeed, you have a sharp eye, young lady.
I like words and mysteries. Today, I got both.
Mr. Webster, I've read that you always include the Bible in your teaching. Why is that so important to you?
Ah, a wonderful question, young man. Tell me, what good is knowledge without wisdom?
Well, I guess knowledge tells us what to do, but wisdom tells us how to do it.
Precisely. And where does true wisdom come from?
Oh, I know this one. The Bible.
Correct. Language shapes the minds of men, but faith shapes their hearts. If we teach only words without truth, we create a nation that is literate but lost.
So, education isn't just about spelling or definitions. It's about character, too.
Exactly. A well-ordered nation must be built on strong values, and those strong values are rooted in God's Word. Without faith and morality, words are just empty sounds.
That's the supper bell. You should come to dinner. Mother always makes extra.
That sounds amazing.
We'd love to, but we have to go.
Wait, already? But we just got here.
Where do you have to go exactly?
You three are rather mysterious.
Let's just say our time here is up.
Wait, what was that?
Bye, Pinky. Keep an eye on those bookshelves.
Whoa, did they just...
Some questions are best left unanswered.
Children head back to Uncle Henry's study. Their thoughts linger on the lessons they've learned. The adventure is over for now, but the impact of their time with Noah Webster is just beginning to settle in. They've witnessed history firsthand, learning not only about the power of words, but about the power of life lived in pursuit of truth.
Well. Welcome back, travelers. From the looks on your faces, I'd say this was quite the adventure.
Uncle Henry, it was amazing. We met Noah Webster.
And we helped save his dictionary. Well, sort of. His notes got mixed up, and we helped sort them out.
If we hadn't been there, it might have taken him even longer to finish. And get this, he worked on that thing for a total of 38 years.
That's right. Nearly 4 decades of dedication. Noah Webster wasn't just a man of words. He was a man of perseverance. He believed language had the power to shape a nation. But more than that, he believed God's word was the foundation of everything.
That's what he said. He told us words matter, but faith matters more.
He lived by that all the way to the end.
So even after all his work, his spelling book, his dictionary, his grammar lessons, what mattered most to him was his faith?
Exactly. He understood that knowledge is important, but wisdom, true wisdom, begins with God. He once wrote, "The Christian religion is the most important and one of the first things in which all children under a free government ought to be instructed." He believed that if a nation wanted to stay strong, it had to be built on truth, God's truth.
Wow, he did so much, and it took so long.
It did. But Noah Webster wasn't after quick results. He was after lasting impact. Even his blue-backed speller, the little book he wrote to teach kids spelling, was used in schools for over 100 years. And as for his dictionary, well...
Whoa, it's huge.
An American Dictionary of the English Language. That's the one.
First published in 1828 after years of study. He even learned 26 languages just to make sure he got the roots of words right.
26? Okay, now I feel really bad about not wanting to study Latin.
His dedication was incredible, but Webster also knew that education alone wouldn't fix the world's problems. He once wrote, "All the miseries and evils which men suffer proceed from their despising or neglecting the precepts contained in the Bible."
So he believed that sin was the real problem.
Yes, and that the only answer was Christ. That's why his writings weren't just about grammar and spelling. They were about morals, faith, and truth. He wanted every child to know that knowledge without God wasn't enough.
So, what's next?
Yeah, where do we go from here?
Let's see. This one might be just as exciting as the last. Maybe even more. But you're going to have to wait until next time to find out.
And so, with the knowledge they've gained and the adventures they've lived, our time-traveling trio prepares for whatever awaits them next. But for now, they know one thing for certain. Words have power, but it's the wisdom that comes from faith that makes them truly meaningful.